Hey everybody, welcome once again to our Formula for Success training, and as always, welcome to those of you who are on with us every week, and a very warm welcome to all the newcomers that are on too from around the world. Great to see you again, taking control of your life, looking for more information, looking for information that will impact your life in a very positive way. And for those of you who attend this call every week, or at least most weeks, you know that we share some great information, whether it be myself presenting or like on this call having an expert guest. And I'm really delighted to have Brian Kelly, the founder of Global Fitness Club, as our special guest on Formula for Success today. And he's going to do an amazing presentation on the 3 most common excuses not to exercise, and will also provide the solutions to get over this common problem. We had Brian on a couple of months ago, and he was amazing, great presentation. As with most of the guests that I have on, he's someone that I can really connect with, and that he's a giver. He wants to give lots of information. He genuinely wants to help you. So make sure you pay great attention. Have pen and paper, do questions, type them into the question box, engage. That's something that's very important, as well as listening, and get the most from this call. So Brian, just want to make sure you're there on live with us. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear, my friend. How are you doing today?
I'm brilliant, and great to have you on again. Again, I think it was September that we had you on, and you gave a fantastic presentation, shared lots of great information. So I'm really delighted to have you back on with us.
Thank you so much, Dave.
Just making you presenter.
All right.
You have the message on your screen. So guys, as I said, pay close attention. Make sure you turn off all distractions. No Skype, no Facebook, phone and silent or turned off or upside down or something. Focus on what Brian's going to share with you. Write lots of notes, type in your questions, and let's really do this, and let's really keep going in this year to regain control of your body, mind, health, and every aspect of your life. So Brian, we can see your presentation. It's looking great. Looking forward to this, and over to you.
Thanks so much, Dave. Appreciate once again being on your live webinar. And right back at you. You are one of the givers of the community. I follow you closely on Facebook, and you are a wonderful champion of the cause when it comes to fitness. So kudos to you, my friend, for everything you do. You do this on a weekly basis. You're always available, and you give great value. So I just want to thank you for all of that before we get started. So very appreciative to be on your show again.
Pleasure. Great to have you on. Thanks for
Fantastic. Real quick, I'm not going to belabor this too much, but who is this guy over in the U.S. that's talking to Dave in Liverpool, England? I've got some background. I'm an author and a speaker, fitness expert. I am a certified personal trainer, also a software engineer, if you can imagine that, a little bit of a mix in there, a geek, if you will. Founder of Global Fitness Club, which is an online fitness venue. We'll get into that a little bit more later. And I'm also the creator of Fitnotherapy, which we will also talk about later on in the broadcast here. On the lower left-hand corner, that's just a screenshot. I was actually on a morning television show. Very engaging and fun. Had a blast. That was in Phoenix, Arizona last year. All right, what exactly is Global Fitness Club? Real quickly, we're going to go over the 4 pillars. It is a habit-shifting venue. I'm all about results and shifting your habits for good, creating good habits that will last a lifetime, and that's one of the 4 pillars of Global Fitness Club, because without a solid habit or habits, a set of solid habits, it's very difficult to stay fit and to stay healthy. So it's an ongoing labor of love, if you will. It is life-saving, and I mean that in both the literal and figurative sense. Life-saving in that, yes, getting fit and staying healthy can literally save your life, meaning keep you from dying. That's on the extreme side. On the lighter side, think of it as life-saving in the form of saving your lifestyle or improving your lifestyle. Having a life where you are awake, productive, you have vigor throughout the day, every day. You feel great, you look great, and you enjoy life. In that way, it is also a life-saving pillar. And another pillar of Global Fitness Club is we are results-based. Not really all that interested in all the steps leading up to. The only thing we want to see are results. The absolute end result, which is your fitness, your health, your happiness, and peak performance. I founded this club, Global Fitness Club, primarily for entrepreneurs and busy business professionals. It's also very applicable to anyone that is not an entrepreneur or a business owner. It is very convenient, but it does bring peak performance to the table, and what that does is gets business people and people of all walks of life the tools they need to perform at the highest possible level. And by doing so, you can achieve much more, and again, get to that point of ultimate happiness. And isn't that what it's really all about, Dave? It's really about happiness, moving forward in our lives, and being healthy and fit along the way.
Yes, crucial. And again, as what you teach, ties in a lot with what I do. That we're always focused on not just getting fast results, but changing your lifestyle. As Brian has shared, it's really crucial that you focus on that. Make a shift for the future as well as for the present, because having that kind of quick fix mentality is a big reason why, if you're out of shape right now and you're unhealthy, it is a big reason why you're there. So you need to get that shift and focus on achieving long-term results and implementing the strategies like Brian's going to share, because that is what we focus on. So Brian's very good at sharing with his clients and now with you on this training.
Yeah, very well stated, Dave. But yeah, we've become everywhere a society of instant gratification. And when it comes to fitness and health, it just doesn't work that way. Very well stated, Dave. Very quick. This is going to be a quick story. I promise not to go into too much depth here. I, for one, have never in my entire life been obese. I'm one of those lucky few that literally could eat a side of beef, I would say this, back in my high school days, and not really gain much weight. Must have been a metabolism, definitely genetic, but I never had any weight issues growing up or even into my early adulthood. And I've had checkups along the way. Health screens, always fantastic. Never had any issues whatsoever when it came to my health. And then about 2 years ago, that changed. I got really insanely dumb in the way that I was maintaining my life, which was working insane hours and doing nothing, absolutely nothing for my health. I had gotten into the habit of drinking. I would drink wine every night just to bring my relaxation level up after a long day and early morning session of work. And it just got away from me very slowly, very gradually. And I'll never forget sitting there, getting that health screen. They prick your finger, grab some blood, and they do some blood pressure tests. And the woman doing it, when the results came in, they were right there real time within a minute or two. She looked up at me with this very shocked look on her face and said, "Oh my God, you need to see a doctor now." I was in disbelief. I looked at her like in shock. So what are you talking about? I've never had a problem in my life. She actually offered to redo all of the tests, and I accepted because I was in disbelief. There's no way. She redid all the tests. They all came back with the same results. My low cholesterol was way too low. I mean, danger level low. Triglycerides off the charts, too high, danger level. My low blood pressure, diastolic, was way too high. It was not pretty, and I was actually in denial for a good 2 weeks solid. And then finally one day I came to my senses. Thank goodness. Came home one day. My son, who is now 18, he was 16 at the time, 15, 16. As I walked in, I noticed he was in shorts and tank top. I said, "Hey, son, what are you doing?" He said, "Hey, Dad, I'm working out." I said, that was it right there. That moment changed me for the better, back to the way I used to be, which was health conscious. And I decided right then and there, I am going to get fit. I'm going to change my life for the better. I'm going to save my life. And I'm never going to look back again. And in the process, maybe I can help some people along the way. Hence, Global Fitness Club was founded as a result of that great, shocking wake-up call. Very happy that it happened in retrospect now. Back then, it was a little shocking. So now on to the topics at hand. As a certified personal trainer, and I'm sure, Dave, you can attest to this as well, we come across so many wonderful excuses from our clients, from our friends and family, coworkers, what have you. All the excuses they come up with for why they didn't work out today, why they didn't work out this week, or why they didn't work out this entire month, or do any kind of exercise. And so what I wanted to do today on today's webinar is go over 3 of what I consider the most common excuses that people use to avoid working out, and what you can do to overcome them. Because believe me, I personally have used every single one of these excuses that we're about to cover. I'm sure Dave has as well. It's universal. So this is a fantastic way for you to automatically, easily, and effortlessly get over those excuses, never to have them creep back into your life again, so you can move on and be the healthiest and fittest person you've ever been.
And a quick,
that sound good, Dave?
Yeah, cool. And a quick one there, just with, we're good, what are we now, 6 weeks or so into New Year, so it's particularly apt because, that kind of enthusiasm with the start of the year, New Year's resolutions, we're going to do this, it's tending to wane off a bit. And so many people are now making many excuses, including what you're going to share, and God knows how many other excuses, why they're not still exercising consistently. And again, the key thing is to wipe out these excuses. One, become aware, like with what Brian's going to share with you, and others I'm sure are going to come to mind, and then take action on them to change. Because, again, like we're stressing, it needs to be a lifestyle. Exercise shouldn't be just about getting in shape for a wedding or a holiday, or because you feel so bad at that moment. It needs to become a lifestyle where it's normal, like brushing your teeth, going to work, going to sleep, needing to eat. It's just something you do, So make sure you pay particular attention to these excuses. Identify yourself. Share in the chat box too if this is you. When Brian's going through number 1, 2, or 3, say if it's you. It's great to put that out there. Plus also let us know some excuses that you make that maybe aren't on this list.
Oh, fantastic recommendation, Dave. I love it. Look forward to seeing the feedback. All right, let's jump into it. And these are in no particular order. It's not from the most popular to the least. They are just 3 common excuses. This is, though, in my opinion, probably the most common of all of them. Not enough time. Oh, you know what? I don't have enough time. I work insane hours, and then when I'm done with work, I have to come home and make dinner, and then after that, I have to take care of the kids, and the list goes on and on and on. I absolutely love this this excuse. I think it just has to be the most used excuse of all time. Now, the thing of it is, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Not a single one of us has more or less. And we can't actually, quote unquote, make or create any more time. You only have 24 hours. You don't make time. So what is it can you do? What can we do about this? The solution is actually very simple, yet seemingly difficult for many at the same time. What it all comes down to is how we prioritize our time. That's a key word. If you're taking notes, write down prioritize. It is all about prioritization of our time. What is more important in your life? Think about that. Is watching an hour of television more important to you than your health, to your performance, and to your productivity? I mean, think about that. Yes, watching an hour of television can be relaxing, can help you unwind. But Dave and I are here to tell you there is no substitute for exercising for that hour. It will make you feel 10, 15, 20 times better than slumping in a couch and not moving at all and vegetating in front of a television. Watching something that probably helps you in no way to, to go be more productive and move forward in your own personal life. Yes, again, we need relaxation time, but this is about your health. What is most important to you? Now, one helpful tip I'd like to give is simply just to prepare in advance. How do you overcome this time quandary we have? In other words, what you can do is take some basic gear with you wherever you go. So gear like resistance bands. They're small, they're compact. I take them with me everywhere I go when I travel. Put them in the trunk of your car, have a set at your office. They're really small, they're inexpensive, they don't take up space, and they are miraculous when it comes to giving results for the amount of time and effort you put in when you're using them. So if something happens to come up that would, say, interfere with your workout on a particular day, then you have them right there. Get out the bands, you can knock out a quick set, and do it during your break, do it during lunch. Don't worry what people say or think about you. This is about you. What is important to you? Is your physical fitness more important to you than what other people think about you? Oh, look, he's got those rubber bands, and they might laugh at you. Don't worry about that. This is about you. You are the one that is most important in your life. Take care of yourself so that you will be there for your family, that you will be there for your friends, and that you can be the most productive you that you can be. There's a lot of yous in there, wasn't there?
Right.
Now, even better than that tip, I would say this. Go ahead, Dave.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, very valid points there, and this definitely, as you pointed out, is the number one excuse that is used by everyone, and it's just a ridiculous excuse. The most important thing that you said even at the start was we all have the same amount of time. The most successful people in the world in various aspects of their life, they have the same amount of time as you do. So it's a case of how are you using your time? And it's like Brian with his Global Fitness Club, and with myself with my home workout system. We provide the tools, and there's many others out there that show you how you can exercise in just, even if you only 10 minutes, 15 minutes, even from an expense point of view, what's the best piece of equipment you have? Your body. It's fantastic having bands. They're super inexpensive, as well as a few other bits and pieces. But even if that, for instance, is an excuse for you, what about your body? You can do anything with your body. You can do it anytime, anywhere. Drop, do some press-ups, squats, lunges, step-ups, ab curls, everything. There's so many different options. And just even give yourself 10 minutes. If you just do 10 minutes, it's better than nothing. So if you're lounging on the couch and you're thinking, oh, I don't feel like I don't have enough time, to do this, do that, as Brian said, watching certain programs, why not just do something for 10 minutes? Make a start, do something, and get over yourself with this one, because really it's a ludicrous excuse, isn't it, Brian?
Yes, it is. Wow, you said that absolutely perfectly, Dave. I was actually going to discuss just do something. It doesn't matter how long, as long as you are active. But one tip I wanted to give that's even better, I think, than, and that was great. Thank you for offering that with, you don't need resistance bands. Even that body weight is another phenomenal way to get in shape. In fact, with Global Fitness Club, that's all I use is a combination of resistance bands and a lot of body weight exercises, push-ups, you call them press-ups, same thing.
Yeah.
A lot of different exercises, just using your own body weight. It's amazing the results you can get from very, very simple approach. And that's what we want. We want to keep this simple. Let's not make it complex. But even better than taking something around with you, like resistance bands, and waiting for that moment where it's going, someone's going to interject something into your life that may mess up your plans for working out that evening. A better approach might be, if you can imagine this, is working out in the morning before all of your other activities. Now this way, your health and fitness now hold the number one position of priority in your life, and that's where, in my humble opinion, it should be. Then there is no excuse. If your workout is the first thing you have planned every day, then the odds of you getting that workout in are much, much more increased, and you will then be on a journey to the best time of your life. Fitness is, I cannot say it enough, it is better than any drug. It is better than, it's just, it's a life changer. It's almost indescribable. I just finished a workout right before doing this interview. My endorphins are pumping, just going through my blood. I am on an absolute natural high right now. I love what I do. I love being here with Dave, and it's all because I've made fitness my lifestyle. And that's what we're here to promote to you. And like Dave said, just do something. Do something every single day. I personally recommend working out a minimum of 6 days a week. You can use that one day to stretch or just take it off and give your body time to rest. Do something, anything, 6 days a week, and build up on it and get into more advanced workouts as you go along. But here's probably one of the most powerful statements I can make when it comes to time. Working out for 1 hour, and you say, I don't have enough time to spend an hour working out because I have too many other things to do. Did you know that working out for 1 hour will actually result in 2 hours of additional productivity? Think about that for a minute. What that does is you work out, you spend an hour, that hour's gone, but you will be 2 hours more productive after that time, which really nets you an hour. You're actually gaining time By working out. So if you can get your brain around that one, then it becomes a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Just work out, get in the exercise, find a program that suits you, and start. And don't start tomorrow, start today. Get moving right away.
Great points, Brian. And especially the whole morning thing. You know, it's like the endorphins you said and the productivity. You can do something really positive first thing in the morning. It sets you up for the day versus just waking up and going, hey, I'll do exercise at some stage. If it's not in your schedule, you're going to always prioritize something else. So by doing it first thing in the morning, you're going to do it. Plus, what's stopping you getting up 10 minutes earlier in the morning? It's only 10 minutes, and you'll be so awake and alive and, as Brian said, super, super productive. So great points in the first excuse there, Brian.
Yeah, thank you, Dave, and right back at you. I love this 1-2 punch, having someone else like you with the knowledge base you have and the passion you have for fitness. Maybe we should take this thing on the road, huh?
Go on the world tour.
That'd be awesome. All right, excuse number 2, you can all see that already. I've heard this one. In fact, I myself, this is probably one of my most used worn out excuses in the past. I'm too tired. I'm exhausted. Look, we all get tired. We all get exhausted. I mean, it seems that today, even with all the technology we have to help make our lives better, we just cram more and more into our daily lives and try to become even more busy to the point where we're so exhausted, we've left little or no energy for ourselves, not only to work out, but to enjoy the day after we're done with whatever activities that got us to that point of exhaustion. I mean, how many times have you yourself felt this way, Dave? Have you felt like just exhausted and there's no freaking way, I don't want to work out today? I mean, has that ever happened to you?
Oh, sure. Many, many times.
Of course.
I've had times when I'm doing could be 15, 16 hours straight with clients, and the last thing I want to do is either exercise before that by getting up early or doing it afterwards late at night, or possibly taking the 1 hour break I have during the day to take 30 minutes to do some exercise even. But the thing is, this is where the prioritization comes in. You have to get over the too tired and just do it, because, and you know this, Brian, yourself and with clients, when you exercise, you get more energy. This is the kind of shocking truth for many people. They say, oh, I'm too tired, I can't exercise, but by not exercising, you actually make yourself more tired. Do you agree with that, Brian?
Oh, absolutely. It wholeheartedly. And there's a little story behind that. Like if you're doing this alone, if you're working out alone, you don't have anyone to work out with you, this may be a little bit more difficult. One of the 2 highest tips I ever give any of my clients is to get an accountability or workout partner. And I can't say this or emphasize this enough. Find somebody who is in a similar situation as you, who is dedicated to getting fit or staying fit. Maybe find someone that's already got a level of fitness you desire, but somebody who's committed. I had a buddy of mine, this goes back years, when I was commuting long distances, and I would actually stay at this gentleman's home 2 nights a week, and I had my own family with kids at home, so it was very grueling, very tiring. And we would go work out. He was my workout buddy, my accountability partner. And I can't tell you, Dave, and your listeners, how many times I was just absolutely at the end. I had no gas in the tank. I said, you know what, buddy, he goes, we're going to work out? I said, not tonight. I just can't do it. And he did the best thing he could do, and that was call me a name. And he called me a wuss, which means kind of like a pansy, or, hey, come on, man up. It wasn't a horrible name, but it had its impact. He said, come on, you wuss, let's go. I said, oh, gosh, are you, all right. So I'd go in, work out, and Dave, just like you said, I mean, every single time this happened, there is not one time it didn't happen. Every single time I went and worked out, made the decision, went with them, worked out, I felt like $1 million when I was done. But let me tell you, I did not want to go. Oh my goodness, I'm too tired. I actually felt that I was so exhausted that if I went to exert my body, it would do damage to me. I thought the exact opposite at that point. And nothing further could be from the truth. It actually energized me. It relieved all the stress and the toxins and everything that was built up in my body from the exhausting day. It was liberating. It was phenomenal. Every single time I did it. So when you get really tired, and believe me, we both get it. Dave and I both get it. When you're really tired, you do not want to lift a finger. You just want to slump on that couch and maybe press the button on that remote to watch TV. But if you can resist that, we're going to share a resource with you later on that when you acquire this resource, this will no longer be an issue ever again. It's a phenomenal resource. I can't wait to share it, but I'm getting ahead of myself. This will be an excuse that you will no longer use. You may feel tired. You may put a word or two in your brain, but immediately you're going to go back to, wow, I remember how I felt, though, the last time I thought I was too tired, and I went ahead and did a workout, and what I felt like after it was over. You have any stories like that, Dave?
Yeah, and just something, yeah, definitely something to add to that as well, that, what you need to be doing in these situations when your brain and the bad guy in your head's telling you you're too tired, it's like tricking your brain in terms of, convince yourself, look, I am wrecked, I'm shattered, I don't feel like doing anything, but let's just do 5 minutes, or let's just hit the deck and do 10 press-ups, or let's jog on the spot, or do 20 jumping jacks, or, something really, really small that, it just means you're crossing the line from not doing anything to doing something. And pretty much always, once you start, once the endorphins start kicking in, once you feel that satisfaction that you actually got off your butt and did something, even if it was only going to be for a minute, most likely you will do more. So if you intend to do a minute, you might do 5 minutes. That might become 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You may shock yourself and an hour later you finish your workout. But it's the key thing is to just take that step to actually go and do something. These are all excuses. As Brian's presentation is all about, it's the 3 most common excuses not to exercise. But it's the bad guy in your head, and you have to beat him or her. We all have it. Brian has it, I have it, and especially when you're exhausted and tired and mentally and physically. Another time, actually, Brian, just thinking there, came into my head about tiredness. You might be emotionally tired sometimes. Maybe you've had some stress in your life on an emotional level, personal relationship, someone's hurt you, something's bothering you, you've had an argument, something like that. Someone's sick in the family maybe. That's emotional. That makes you feel very, very tired, mentally tired, physically tired. Again, remind yourself every time you feel like this that, look, if I can just take a couple of minutes to do something, I know I'm going to feel better. I know from before I feel good, I get the endorphins that kick in, I'm ready to do more, I feel good in myself. Just, let's say, get your butt off the couch and do something. Don't let tiredness stop you, because what happens then with all of these excuses, you know that you give in. You know that that person in your head defeated you, so you feel worse. So do you want to feel worse, or do you want to feel at least slightly better, if not incredibly better?
I couldn't agree more. And like you well stated, the hardest thing is just starting.
Yeah.
But that's it. All you have to do is start. So get past that hurdle and just start moving. Just start doing push-ups. Just start doing jumping jacks. Just run around the block. Do whatever it takes. Just start. And then, like Dave just aptly pointed out, it becomes a perpetual machine where you start feeling it and feeling good and say, I want more. Your body says, more please. It happens all the time. I am an addict. I am here to tell everyone. I am a card-carrying addict of fitness. I can't not work out on a regular basis anymore. I just can't, because the constant feeling of health, of vitality, of being alert and productive and feeling firm and fit, I get it. Now that I have experienced it on a regular basis, there is no way I'm going back to the old me. No way. It's not going to happen. And then you said emotional tired. That was great. Emotional exhaustion. I've seen this. I did not coin this phrase. I love it. It was, if I can remember it, fitness. Fitness is the best antidepressant money can't buy. There's no drug. This is all natural. And yes, it will lift your spirits. It will take you out of that emotional doldrum, if even for a moment. But isn't that worth it? It will do that. It will help reset your body, reset your mind, and it's just good for you. And you don't have to spend money to get fit. Just move. It's phenomenal. I love it.
That's a great point. Really, really important point, especially in the modern age where medication is handed out to anybody. Even kids are being put on antidepressants and so on, and, which is horrendous. And it's like Brian said, it's your natural antidepressant. You can't but feel good. It's like Brian doing a workout before this. He would have been psyched up, ready to go, but that workout gave him even more of a feel-good feeling and made him even more ready to go. Just like he shared earlier about exercising in the morning. If you typically wake up really sluggish and lethargic and negative and stuff like that, not looking forward to the day, start with positive. Do some exercise. You can't but feel good. It's absolutely impossible. And Brian, it's great you're saying about you can't imagine not exercising. This is the reality of when you get into a routine. It's like me. It's part of my life, and like for me and Brian, we have the role model element. We're serious about what we do. We're serious about helping people, so we both believe we should be role models, but many instructors all over the world don't have that. So it isn't necessarily a given for people who coach people. But what happens is when you feel good, when you transform your body, when you get that energy and feel good, look good, it's something you can't do without. As I said earlier, it should be like brushing your teeth, eating, sleeping, working. All the things that you take for granted as just being normal in your day, exercising should be the exact same thing. So, great point. And hope you're taking loads of notes because Brian is sharing some real gems here with you.
And I want to point out that I've learned quite a bit from you as well, Dave. I remember a past webinar you did where you discussed, and we're talking about being tired here, it's a perfect segue to that. You discussed all these incredibly cool, simple tips for getting a better night's sleep, including shutting off your phones, your electronic devices, including don't use a electronic clock, use a wind-up clock to get electronic devices out of your bedroom so that they are not interfering with your brain waves. That blew my mind. I mean, that was phenomenal information. In addition to that was, as soon as you get up, drink a lot of water. I do that because of you, Dave. And that was Earth. That is a great way to start the morning, is just, I get up and I slug the biggest glass of water I've got, in the house. I get a huge glass of water and I drink it down, probably in a couple breaths. It's a big one. And then I brush my teeth, take a shower, and move on to the rest of my day. But you have some phenomenal tips. So I'm saying all this to tell your audience that if you have not heard this webinar by Dave, I hope you do it again. But keep following Dave. He's got some incredible knowledge that goes above and beyond the traditional, just go out, work out, and, do the, eat right, the typical things that you're told. Dave goes above and beyond, well above and beyond, to help you increase your health and fitness. So kudos to you, Dave. You do a phenomenal job at that.
Thanks so much for that, Brian, and kind comments. Love getting that from anybody, especially for someone like yourself. But the thing is, we all learn from each other. This is where it's key to be open-minded, whether you are a coach or you're just someone looking for tips, or you're wherever you are in your journey to a better life, better health, better body, fulfilling life, all those areas. It's just key to learn from everyone and be open-minded. And that was a good point actually you're making there with the whole sleep thing and people saying they're too tired. Address your sleep and you will naturally not be as tired. Of course, there's things like stress and there's things like emotional stuff. They will affect you. Plus, if you've had a busy day, of course, you can be tired. But make your sleep a priority. Make sure that you are getting quality sleep. And, if you want a link to that full presentation, just shoot me an email, Facebook message, or whatever way of contacting me if you haven't heard that one. I will be holding it again at some stage in the coming month or two. But it is an important presentation because if you can sort out your sleep, then you've done everything you can to feel energetic and vibrant and, ready for the day each and every morning, and just have 6-7 hours sleep and you feel good to go. You should never need an alarm. You should wake up before it. The alarm should be a safety net. So make sure you check that one out. Check it out when I do it live again. And thanks, Brian, for bringing that up because it is an important part actually of this point that you're making.
Yeah, that presentation is gold. So you just heard Dave say contact him and he'll get it to you. Take him up on that offer. I mean, you can't beat the cost, right? It's phenomenal. The amount of life-changing information you can get from a gentleman like Dave, and he just offers it to you. And he does this weekly. Every single week, a different topic. I love it. This is why I like to join forces with people just like Dave, because he's genuine, authentic, and true, and he's not just out to make a quick buck. He's here to help people, and that's why I feel so kindred with him that we are. It's like I've known him already, and I've never met him physically. He's a little bit away from me in Liverpool, England. I'm in the United States. But I truly, truly appreciate everything you stand for, Dave, and what you do for other people. So,
yeah, likewise.
Kudos once again.
And this thing, guys, like those of you who are on every week, or even have been on just the last few weeks, you can see the types of guests that I do get on. That when I'm not doing a presentation, I've guests on who are exactly the same kind of ethos as me. They want to give, like for Brian, he's sharing some incredible gems, some incredible information with you, and we're not finished yet. Make use of this valuable information. Most people charge a fortune to get this type of information. You're getting an incredible amount of information on this free and live training, so make use of it, and as well make sure to tell other people about it, grow the community, and you can play a role in helping them as well.
Fantastic. All right. Do we have a drum roll sound or anything for number 3? I'm just kidding. There we go. All right. Yeah, this is a very common one. I get this a lot too. In fact, I've been a victim of this very excuse itself. And I don't mean I'm a victim. I was fully at cause. It was my mind telling myself, what the heck? I've been working my ever-living butt off every day, sweating like crazy, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I got to tell you, I'm not seeing anything. What is up with that? And an interesting statistic comes out, and it actually resonates with me, and I agree with it. It can take up to 4 weeks for you, yourself, to see your body changing. That's 4 weeks of consistent exercise, consistent attention to better nutrition. That's an entire month. And a lot of people don't have the staying power, with our instant gratification society, as we mentioned earlier. 4 weeks for you. You know your body best. For you to see your body changing. It can take up to 8 weeks, that's 2 months, for your friends and family, those really close to you. And I've actually experienced this, where finally after 4 weeks I look in the mirror, it's like, there we go, finally. I'm starting to see a little increased size. I'm starting to see a little decrease in the waist. And then go to my wife and she's like, well, yeah, okay. And just to be nice, she might say, well, yeah, you look better, but you can tell. So it takes even longer for those even that close to you to recognize that you're doing better. And it can take up to 12 weeks for the rest of the world, friends and colleagues that aren't around you at all, that often at all, that don't notice you as intimately or as closely as the rest. And so if you're in this if your number one goal for working out is simply to look better, then I would say that you're probably going to be in for a long haul, because it does take time to change your body. The worn out expression, Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither was your body. Your body takes a long time to change, unless you are one of those that is into bodybuilding and are taking insane supplements, spending a lot of money to do so. If you're just one of us, like Dave and I, a business person or a layman or everyday Joe that's not a bodybuilder, it takes time, and that's okay. It's not about looking better. What happens is, if you haven't started working out, or if you haven't worked out in some time, I should say, and then you go back to start working out again, there's a shocking thing that many people go through. They actually gain weight initially, like in the first week or two. And you look and you go, what the heck? I got on the scale before I started, and a week later, I'm heavier. Well, you've just put your body in shock. It's a mild state of shock, but what it's doing is it's going through the process of repair and protecting you. And what it does in that initial week or two is retain more water. And as we all know, water weighs a lot. And so all that is water. It's not fat. But a lot of people look at the scale and go, oh my gosh, this isn't working. I'm working out. This is painful. It's not fun. And I'm still gaining weight. I'm done. I quit. So we lose a lot of people that way. And I say we mean collectively as a world, we lose people from the great habit of fitness because they put everything they've got into how they look and how much they weigh. And so one thing I would like to recommend is getting away from both of those approaches. Instead of working out to simply look better, make your why, quote unquote, your why, or your number one reason for working out, to feel better, to be more productive, to perform at a peak level. And then you will be much less likely to quit. You know, fitness is not a sprint, and I hope you're all getting this by now. It's a marathon. It's a habit. Habit. All caps, habit. Write that one down as well. And, you know, as many of you already know, it takes on average around 30 days to form a new habit. And some may go that long, but some may give up before that, and we don't want that to happen. So again, we have a resource for you that will help you to form this habit much quicker than 30 days to keep you on track. And, you know, I realize that some of this can paint a fairly bleak picture. You're thinking, oh my gosh, a month, and it's torturous. It's a lot of work. There's good news. We have a proven method to overcome all of this. It's phenomenal. Well, Dave, I want to hand it over to you to throw in a few comments on the never seen results, because I know you have a plethora of great information in this area as well.
Yeah, no, it's an important one, and you know, I love what you said about the whole weighing scales, because that's a real pet hate of mine, that people judge the results by the weighing scales. And you know, as I tell people, you know, give it to someone, throw a grenade in it, smash it up, just get that weighing scales the hell out of your house, because that is psychologically damaging. That's what the weighing scales does to you. You know, as Brian shared there with water, and there's many other factors, even what you eat, because everything digests at different speeds. Like if you eat meat versus somebody who eats a lot of fruit, very different how it works inside your body. You know, if you're female, for females, 3 weeks out of every 4 typically, your weight is going to be all over the place. You know, that's the reality of it. So you can't be using the weighing scales as your guideline. You know, and a very important point Brian made too is, you know, focus on, you know, your fitness, focus on your energy, focus on those kind of benefits. We all want to look good. That's true. You know, definitely, you know, it's going to be part of your goals. But the thing is, if you can put more focus on something that's a bit more lifelong, it all comes together anyway. When you have more energy, you know, when you're feeling better, you're going to be that way because your body looks better, because you're leaner, because you're more toned, because you have less fat in your body. So it does all come together. But the key point is, you know, focus more long term. Stop having this short term focus, wanting to completely transform your body in like a day or a week. You know, you can't do that. You know, it took you years to get to a certain position. You can't turn it around overnight. And this is why, say, the whole weight loss industry is worth billions and billions, because people are looking for magic solutions. You know, and there aren't any. But because people have that desire to find a quick fix solution, you know, they're keeping a lot of businesses in making a lot of money out of rubbish products, basically. So, you know, focus on long term. That's what's really key. And, you know, use measurements like, you know, tape, even simple thing of a tape measure. Again, very inexpensive thing for you to have. Measure your body. If the measurements are getting smaller, of course you're getting smaller. Of course you're getting better results. Or, say, if it's the case you're looking to build muscle, if you're getting bigger in certain areas of your body, again, you're building the muscle. There's the facts. Another simple thing is your clothes. Your clothes will only get looser and feel better, and you're only going to drop sizes if your body is changing. Again, fact. You know, use methods that are fact. If you know a very good trainer who's skilled at taking body fat measurements, get them to take a skinful caliper body fat measurement on you. Again, it's accurate. Don't use like the stand-on electromagnetic types body fat scales, because they're pretty inaccurate. But get a body fat calipers, get that used on you. That's a pretty good measurement too. And again, just overall, how you're feeling. How you're feeling is what's really crucial. It all comes together. If you're feeling better, well, then you definitely look better. If your clothes are smaller, you're looking better. You know, it all comes together. But, you know, the key thing Brian is saying, you know, move forward, take an action with a more long-term goal. You know, we want fast results. We all want that, but we want lifelong results. And if you are happening to, you know, have the right attitude and you're never seeing results, really look at what you are doing. Look at the workout, look at the nutrition, look at sleep, look at your whole mindset. There's something wrong somewhere, you know, and, you know, invest in, invest in someone who's qualified, someone who's walked the path, someone who walks their talk, someone who's a role model, someone you can respect to give you the solutions. Because there's no point putting so much time, effort, energy into something that isn't getting what you want when you can do it so much faster by just investing time and could be small investment into someone who knows the solution. All right, so do that, take action on it. All right, Brian?
Fantastic. Fantastic. And not to beat a dead horse, but on the weight issue, you caused me to think of a couple more issues on that. And there are some people that just flat out won't get rid of that scale, Dave. They just flat out won't do it.
Yeah.
So for those of you that just say, I'm used to it, it's I've got to use it, I've got to go to it to find out what I'm doing, how I'm progressing. If you absolutely must do so, do this. Weigh yourself once before you start your new habit of working out, then wait for 30 days. Do not dare get on that scale at least for 30 more days. Because of that water retention, everything we talked about before, then you may actually, you'll go through disappointment, almost guaranteed. And we don't want that for you. So if you absolutely must use a scale, I agree with Dave. Get a stick of dynamite or a hand grenade or something, throw it out the window, put it in the garbage, give it to someone else. Don't use it anymore. That's the ultimate best advice for that. And measure inches, not weight. I love that. Fantastic, Dave. I was taking notes, actually, as you were saying that, because this is right along the lines of what I tell my folks. And the other thing is, when you're working out, you're gaining muscle. You're losing fat at the same time you're gaining muscle. If you were to take a square cube or a cube, a 1-inch cube of fat, and take a 1-inch cube, this is three-dimensional, of muscle, and put them both on a scale, which one weighs more? The muscle does. If it's the same exact size, it's more dense. So you're gaining weight. You're losing the fat, so your body's getting smaller, and you're gaining muscle, but not at the same rate you're losing fat as far as size. And so you get on the scale and you go, wait a minute, I still weigh the same, or even I weigh more. So weighing is a horrible measure of your progress when it comes to fitness in so many ways. And I don't know how or why it became the go-to way, and that's spelled a different way, W-A-Y, the go-to way to measure your performance and your progress. It's horrible. So yeah, thank you, Dave, for hammering that home with the weight. Throw it out of your house. Don't ever use that again.
Yeah, sure.
Now, I know I don't know how we get away from doing this, Dave, but it always comes down to fitness people like us sounding like we're preachers, preaching to people, telling them, thou shalt do this and thou shalt not do that. And, as humans, we don't often like to hear or be told what to do or what not to do. Rather, instead, I think what we like to do is know, okay, we get it. We need to improve. What's the solution? So, Dave, if you don't mind, I'd like to move on to the solution part of this for these 3 excuses and more, and help people to get past these 3 excuses and get better fit and better performance out of their life.
So like I say, guys, there's a fast way of doing things or often the never way. Okay, so fast or never, and this is where valuable solutions, they're worth looking at. So pay close attention now to what Brian is going to go through.
Yeah, thanks. What it really comes down to, and this often escapes people, this isn't about your body. This isn't about how you eat. What it comes down to is how you think. It all starts with your mindset. Everything in life. Think about this. You are successful or unsuccessful because of your current mindset. Now, I'm not going to get really deep into this, but it is absolute truth, and it's something that I realized not too long ago, that is one of the missing ingredients when it comes to fitness. That if you don't have what I call a champion mindset, if you don't have that mindset and it's not rock solid, the odds of you jumping off the fitness wagon and starting to instill those excuses and listen to those reasons again are very high. So I began studying the whole concept of mindset and different ways to reprogram our minds. Now, this isn't woo-woo stuff. This isn't crazy off-the-wall stuff. This is tried, true, and proven. And I got to the point where I didn't just learn about it, I became certified in it, and I now have created a product, a resource for you to overcome all these excuses and so much more, which we'll go into right about now. I created something called Hypnotherapy. And if I can get my slide to advance, this has become a breakthrough product. It's surpassed my wildest dreams in what it's done for people. And what I'd like to do is quickly go over what it is and what it does for you and for others who listen to it. First and foremost, this is one thing we all love, is ease and effortless. So it's very easy and it's effortless. You basically lay back and listen for 20 minutes. Do this nightly right before you go to bed. That is all there is to it, and you'll see the kind of results that come from it. It's amazing. It's blown even me away. What it will do is it'll eliminate not only those 3 that we just went over, but all of your excuses for not working out. You will make better and healthier choices when eating. This is key to a high productive life. This is key to peak performance. It's key to getting fit and losing fat, is to make healthier choices when eating. Dave has done a wonderful job in his past webinars addressing this very issue. So keep listening in on Dave's webinars every single week. And this is one of the biggest ones. This program easily will help you to make fitness a priority. Again, you lay back, you sit back, you're relaxed, you're awake, you're completely awake, you're just in a very relaxed state, and you're listening in, and before you know it, fitness will be a priority in your life without you doing anything but sitting back and listening. You will look forward to your next workout. I often say, I have a saying when I do my workouts live, I do live streaming workouts, that, get sore, then get over it. Well, you're not going to be sore forever, and often that's why people don't look forward to working out, is they don't get past that 1 or 2 week hurdle where they are sore. After a couple weeks of working out on a regular basis, your soreness is no longer an issue. But even then, it can be fatiguing, it's hard, you think about it, oh my gosh, it's a lot of work, I'm going to sweat, I got to change my clothes, You are going to look forward to your next workout because you are going to focus on your results. You're not going to focus on what it took to get there, but you're going to focus on the wonderful way you feel when you're done with that workout. You're going to focus on, oh, I just know my body is going to be chiseled and beautiful when I finish 30, 60, 90 days of solid working out and make this a habit. It's fantastic. You will rid yourself of all negativity. Now, this isn't just for fitness. This is for your life. You'll get rid of negative self-talk, so you'll talk better to yourself. You say, way to go, good job, you've got this, instead of, hey, you're kind of fat and boy, you blew that. You only did 4 reps instead of 10 this time. It's like, no. You did 4. Pat yourself on the back for those 4 you did do. Again, Hypnotherapy will automatically make that happen. It will help you to live an empowered life and, above all, develop strong, lifelong, there's that word again, habits. It's a phenomenal program. I'm so pleased with it and the results it's gotten. In fact, on that note, if I may, Dave, real quickly go through a few people who have actually used this and just do a couple highlights from that. Do we have time for that, just for a couple?
Yeah, sure, work away. That'd be great.
All right, fantastic. This guy, Andrew Paletto, he's a friend of mine. He interviewed me as well. He's a fitness professional. He's interviewed other fitness professionals just like Dave from around the world. He says that my knowledge of health and fitness goes beyond the gym and workout, and I'm reading this just in case it's not large enough on your screen. And he said, I highly recommend Hypnotherapy. Bernice, for the past month and a half, I've lost over 13 pounds. Here we go with weight. She didn't listen to me, of course, but it did show results. And it has given me results in different parts of my life. I also started eating completely differently and much more healthier. I cannot be more thankful to Brian. Oh, I love Deborah. From the first time I listened to Hypnotherapy, I began to see myself differently, more slender, in fact. I was motivated to eat right and even work out more. She already saw herself looking better before the results came in, and that's what gets you past, another thing that gets you past the hump. Fitness therapy is addictive, just like fitness. I love it. My good friend Jason Nast, he said he's had the most amazing success and it's changed his life. Monica Rivera, fitness therapy is an amazing tool. This tool allows you to create instant change within yourself. For me, I've seen the results immediately. I crave healthier food choices, and I'm even waking up earlier more easily, so even better sleep. And she's only been using it for a week and already loved this program and love how she's feeling. And finally, Angela. She decided to try hypnotherapy. I love that word, try. I don't actually love it. It's hard to describe how much happier I am, and I have lost over 15 pounds, gained lean muscle, and feel great. The lean muscle is very important there. This is a woman who's saying this. This is phenomenal. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, hypnotherapy, for changing my life. That is hypnotherapy. And for you here, I wanted to show you, if you go to hypnotherapy.com right now, it is there and being sold for $97. And because Dave was gracious to have me on his show, I'm not going to do that. We're going to give you a phenomenal deal here today, an investment in the rest of your life. This is truly phenomenal. Can't wait to get to it. I'm also going to throw in a few bonuses. One-on-one fitness assessment will be thrown in, and what that is real quickly, I will assess your current state of fitness. It's a comprehensive tool for determining where you are currently when it comes to your current level of fitness, and I will personally review your information and then provide you a personalized assessment along with tips for moving forward, achieving your fitness goals. Now that is a value of $179 because that takes my personal time. And in addition, I'd also like to offer everyone that's listening to Dave's webinar a free 6-month premium membership. Now that's worth $54. It's $9 a month. I think I way undercharged for that, but it's here for people to help people. So I want to go into real quickly what Global Fitness Club is, and I know we're running out of time, Dave. I'm trying to rush through this.
Yep.
How much time do we have?
No, take your time. You're fine. Work away through it.
Okay.
It's important that they understand what this is and what they can potentially get with your investment.
All right, great. Thank you. I thought we were running on the edge here. So Global Fitness Club, the premium membership, basically it is an online fitness program. So basically all you need is a smartphone, a tablet, a computer, anything that is connected to the internet. It is online. You can work out virtually anywhere, and believe me, I have. From home, from hotels, from all different strange places. You could, and I don't know if you have these there in Liverpool or not, Dave, but you could literally work out in Starbucks because they do have wireless connection there. You might look strange, but so what? This is your fitness.
It's funny looks, but still get it in.
That's right. It's both live and on demand. I'm going to get back to streaming live. I had a shoulder injury and had surgery on it. I am now recovered and getting ready to start up my live workouts. You can work out with me live 3 nights a week. Also on demand, this is the one where this is the most value here is you can go in, log into your back office and access all of the workout videos anytime 24/7. And we have a structured approach on what workouts to do, what days. It's all there to guide you. And again, all on your phone or tablet, so anywhere you go. Minimal equipment required. Again, it's your body weight and resistance bands. And there you see resistance bands. And there's a door anchor. You can also use a towel, and we have a video to show you how to do that. So you don't even need the door anchor. There's another way to, and that's how I started out, was with bands and a towel, doing my own fitness program. A nutrition plan, this is included. It's a Paleo Nutrition Secrets. It's phenomenal. My wife, my son, myself, we're all on it, and we've been on it for a couple years now, and it is phenomenal. It's very, very big in the CrossFit community, which is what turned me on to it to begin with. CrossFit people need a lot of energy, they use a lot of energy, and they are very, very fit. I said, I want to use that plan. And so that's integrated into Global Fitness Club. And finally, a community where we have an online community you can access. You can access me personally throughout if you have questions, comments, anything you need help with. We have a group of people there, vibrant and ready to answer anything you have. All right, here's the fun part. So, Formula for Success, that's Dave. A webinar special today for you to recap hypnotherapy, a fitness assessment, and a 6-month premium membership. If you were to add all that up, the actual value is $330. And no, I am not charging that here today. For you, my special friends of Dave's, because any friend of Dave is a friend of mine, we are offering this all for you for just $59. There is shipping and handling included because that is a physical CD. I do also have an option for downloadable, but it starts with the CD, the physical version. There is one caveat though, because of the fitness assessment that I personally spend time to go through, I have to limit the number of people due to my schedule. So this is only good for the first 10. The first 10 of you who order today, right now, and if you're watching this in the recorded webinar, we'll see if there's some left over. You'll click, and if it's not available, you'll notice. Just for the first 10. So if you're ready, on the next slide, I'm going to show you how to access this phenomenal set of resources and help you to change your life going forward. Are you ready for this, Dave?
You bet.
He's on mute.
Ready for this.
Here we go. So everybody get ready, get your browser open, and to order, go to fitnotherapy.com, and during the checkout process, enter the discount coupon code of Dave, of course. And it doesn't matter uppercase or lowercase, they both work. Type in Dave, and actually when you're done, your price will show $58.20, not $59 as I did on the previous slide. That was just to save a little space and make it cleaner. But the actual price is $58.20 before shipping and handling. So it's a phenomenal value in my personal opinion. I know that sounds kind of self-centered, but I really believe in this. Truly, as you saw, all those people that have been impacted by this in a positive way, I'm very happy to be able to make this available to you at this incredible discount. And that is it for now. Thank you so much.
Great stuff. Great stuff. And guys, get on board with this. You know, for $58 to get a product like this, like even just a product its own, fitness therapy, you can see that's only a small selection of the testimonials that Brian has got from people who've had amazing results with it. When we had Brian on last September, again, many of our attendees live plus also via the replay got on board, and again, many great testimonies from that then as well. It's making a difference. And as we've shared throughout, it's all about taking massive action to make difference in your life. You know, if you really want to, get fitter, get in better shape, have more energy, ultimately just get to where you want to be and feel as well the catalytic effect of that on every area of your life, you need to continue to invest in yourself. And something like this, fitness therapy itself, is hugely valuable. You throw in 6 months access to Global Fitness Club, work out with Brian live as well as with his recordings. You also get personal assessment. It's a no-brainer. $58 just for people around the world. Like, dollars, obviously $58. In euros, that's about 45, 47 euros. In pounds, it's about 40 pounds right now, as the sterling has got quite strong compared to the dollar. It's a no-brainer. For £40 or 50 or so euros, or 50, 57 dollars, it's a complete no-brainer. How much do you really want to change? And that's what this really boils down to. So get on board, jump on. The link is in the chat box. The coupon code is Dave. Don't waste this opportunity, because this is only for a limited period of time. The first 10 will only get all these different bonuses, so don't delay on it. And just fantastic offer, Brian. Really thank you for offering something so valuable to my followers and subscribers, and wonderful presentation as well.
Well, thank you, my friend, and I just cannot state enough how blessed people who follow you and listen in on a regular basis to your webinars on a weekly basis are. It's just the amount of value you bring to the community, and you're reaching people globally, which is phenomenal. So I want to, once again, I know I've said this a lot of times, but thank you for what you're doing, Dave, and what you're all about, what you stand for.
Pleasure. And again, like with yourself, just keep it going. Again, we both come from the same place where we want to genuinely help people. We give a lot of ourselves for that, but that's what brings us immense satisfaction. I've dedicated the last 19 years, it is now, to serving people and helping people to regain control of their body, mind, health, and all different areas of their life. And I just love technology. That's why I've really embraced it, because like this, we have people on from all over the world, parts of America, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, even though it's really early in the morning down there, guys. You know, we people all over, and to be able to do that through technology, this is why it's important to embrace it. And I'm very thankful and grateful to be able to do this in my career, because it fills me with so much joy, and it doesn't feel like a job. It's something I just love doing, love waking up doing it. You know, that's an important thing for anyone listening. You know, make sure you do something you're passionate about. You know, and helping people is truly wonderful. Lots of great feedback has come in the chat box, Brian. You know, I know it's always nice for a presenter to know that. You know, people sharing what their excuses, what related to them most. Number 3 was quite popular for many, many for number 2 and 1 as well. But number 3 was quite a positive one, or quite a common one for people. So it's good that we got to share some insights on how to get over that one. And guys, just again, implement the tips that we've shared. You know, Brian shared a lot. I put a few insights in there as well. You know, make sure again to implement, because having knowledge isn't the power, as is often put out. There's the implementation of the knowledge that is power. People saying loving the webinar. It's so true. The exercise is a drug. I love it. Let me see what we got here. Number 3. That's me. Thanks. Thank you, Brian. Great information shared by you. We'll take it all on board. No more excuses. Great. So they're stimulating someone into action. That's Patricia. So all very positive, and you know, not surprising, of course. Again, it's been great presentation, great information, and again, you come from the heart and you come from the right place. You know, again, guys, get on board with fitness therapy, as well as I said, it's not even just fitness therapy. You're getting global fitness club as well. You know, it's a total no-brainer. Just going to put the link into the chat box again, guys. Brian, if you want to say any final words to people before we wrap it up.
I just, once again, I can concur with everything you said, Dave, and love helping people. That's what it's all about. That's what drives me as well. We've all had our personal reasons for doing what we do, and I've always loved helping people regardless. And having that one incident that happened to me a few years ago, that was probably the biggest blessing that could have happened to me in my life. It may have been a horrible thing at the time, but what it's resulted in is something phenomenal, and I get to be with people like you, Dave, and help spread the word about fitness and health and vitality to the world, and I just can't be more blessed, and I want to thank you once again.
Perfect. I look forward to having you on again. I'm sure we will over the coming months and so, because again, we love having you on, and the feedback's always phenomenal. And again, I like having people on as guests who, you know, share similar ethos to me, and you know, are givers, really true givers and genuine people. And just want to wish you best of luck in everything you do with Fitness Therapy, Global Fitness Club, and I'm sure other ventures you get involved in as well.
Thank you, Dave.
Right, everyone, so that's another edition of Former for Success Training. I hope you really enjoyed it, got a lot from it. As we've stressed, take action. That is the key. So make sure you take massive action. Also, keep spreading the word. Help us to grow our community. These are 100% free and live trainings, so it should again be a no-brainer to get on board. You can see the type of information we share. It's content all the way and easily actionable steps, which is really crucial. So you get, everyone who comes on gets something from every single presentation, whether it's myself or whether it be a guest like Brian Kelly on this particular one. So guys, go out there, take action. Look forward to speaking to you on the next edition. As I said, spread the word. Place comments on our registration page. Share as well details of the replay, which will be up in the next couple of hours, and you'll get emails about it. And go out there, have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and speak to you again soon.